What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. On my way to do a little welcome back to the channel spot. I guess it's a dam. It's a pretty big pond that has a little pool, and it goes down to a waterfall, and it drains out, and there's a lot of action here, a lot of different fish. You got some decent sized largemouth bass. We got some, tons of bluegill, tons of yellow perch, some white perch. Got some catfish. I mean, this is truly like a Massachusetts multi-species, well-stacked pond, and this is probably my favorite place to fish. One of them, at least, for just warm water species. There's no trout in here. I mean, that's fine. It's getting a little cold. I'll do my trout fishing in a few weeks, but I'm just driving here. Figured I'd turn my camera on and talk to you guys, but I think it looks like it's gonna rain, so I may have to split this up into 2 days, this fishing trip, but I'm gonna start out here with probably a Texas rig. This water is a little weedy, and throwing crankbaits and throwing, spinner baits and stuff like that is not enjoyable because I get stuck up in grass all the time, and it's just every 2 seconds you're picking crap off your line. So I'm gonna go with the weedless Texas rig, probably either start with Googan Baits Bandito Bug, or my other favorite is the trench hog. And the trench hog doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion. Like that bait is legit. The only issue I have with Googan baits is, again, I've talked to you guys about this before, is they fall apart so easily. Like, they're not made durable enough, in my opinion. Yes, they 1000% catch fish. They will put fish in your boat or in your hand if you fish from land like me. They're not durable, I love them. I'll continue to buy them. I'll continue to support them. Great guys, great brand. I just wish they were a little more durable and they don't just rip off of one fish. But besides the point, I'm gonna have those baits. I got, I got some regular Senko baits that I'll throw. I throw a Ned rig here a lot. Not sure I'm gonna do a Ned rig, as I said, because of the weeds. That is definitely not a weedless bait. It's pretty much the opposite of a weedless bait. You're bottom fishing with one single exposed hook. Not ideal for these weedy situations. So, I also brought my ultralight rod, which is 5-foot ultralight action with 2-pound test on it. And I have one of my favorite lures of all time, if not my favorite lure of all time. If the bass fishing gets slow, I have the famous Rebel Crick Hopper. And if you guys have not tried this thing is just unbeatable for multi-species fishing. It will catch anything that swims, I promise you that. It's very cheap. It's like $4 or $5. It's ultra light, super small. It's got 2 treble hooks on it, and what it does is it's a little grasshopper or cricket slash, I guess it's a crankbait, but it's suspending. And the way that I like to fish it is I'll cast it out there and not do anything. And a lot of times fish will just hammer it right on the cast, right when it hits the water, because they think it's a bug that fell out of the tree. They'll smash it. Or the other thing that I'll do is I'll slowly retrieve it, let it sink all the way up to the top, and then bam. Bluegill especially will just annihilate this bait. It's a great, any time of year bait. It works for everything. I caught, 2-pound bass with these things. I've caught yellow perch, crappie, everything will hit this bait. It looks like a cricket. Phenomenal bait. So I'm almost there. I'm gonna find a good spot to park. Hopefully it's not too crowded today, and I'll see you guys on the water. Found her. That was on the Guggen trench hog creature bait. Solid fish. See if we can get another. Let's try some ultralight before we get out of here. The old school Rebel Crick Hopper. Bluegill, just love this thing. Like, bass fishing's great and everything, but sometimes throwing on the ultralight and just catching some bluegill doesn't get any better than that. There's one on the Topwater. That was cool. So yeah, what I do is I just crank it a little bit and let it sit on top of the water. And they hammer it as it's coming up to the water. There's one. Little one. This one's been through a lot. Yeah, this thing is just like such an effective lure. This little crick hopper, it's a classic. It's been out since like the friggin' 70s. Here's a good one. What is that? A bass? Nope, just a good bluegill. Aggressive pumpkin seed. There's one. Just like that. What do we got here? We have a little white perch. Look at that. I'm gonna get my pliers. I'm not gonna risk it with this guy. These things can have very, very sharp fins. Chill. What in the world? Look at that bass. Are you kidding me? Is that a joke? That's my PB right there, folks. That one just came up and ate it. That was cool. I saw that thing just come up and slurp it. What is that? It's a bass. It's gotta be. What the hell? Oh, it's another white perch. Cool. No. He stole my lure. Can't let that happen. That was almost terrible. Alright, well, that's probably a good place to stop. I don't want to retie this right now. I'm going to start out throwing this little Lunker Hunt lipless crank. Alright. Let's throw the old reliable bandito bug around here. This one. Little one. Oh, not that little. Okay. Not in the weeds, not in the weeds. Decent. Decent. 1.5. Tore up my bandito bug. This is a good one. Decent 2.5, 3.